Hello guys, how you doing? It's Fernando here today. I got another gaming news weekly update that I want to give you guys today. How y'all doing today? Let's start off with the usual with our GTA Online weekly update for the 21st of September. So let's see what we got. So this week we're gonna get auto shop bonuses. So let's see what that entails. Join Los Santos Automotive Underground and enjoy auto shop bonuses all week. Client jobs, robbery contracts, exotic exports, and more. Detailing our out boosted rewards. What are our rewards? Auto shop client jobs. You get 2 times money in XP on auto shop client jobs. Those are the delivery vehicles that get delivered that you have to modify and then deliver the cars. You're gonna get 2 times money in RP. That's not bad at all. Engage in automotive-based criminality via robbery contracts from the planning wall outside of your auto shop's office. So this is like the mini heist that you do with the auto shop, like the little contracts that you do with the Santa and what's his name, J, whatever the other guy's name is, Moody Man. There you go. So yeah, those are the contracts where they're annoyingly talking about sex half the time during the heist. They're annoying as hell, but the missions are actually not bad and they pay well. The only thing about this is we've had 3 times money in RP on this before, so the fact that we're going down to 2 times is a little less than we're used to by now. It's still okay, but we've had better. All right, so we got that, and then we got exotic exports dealing 2 times more RP. These are when you find the cars outside of the map, that the little blue dot that spawns. You deliver that instead of 20k. I think now it's 40k plus whatever the RP is. Okay, so that's good, and we still got the 10th anniversary stuff still going on. We got the Michael's outfit. Can I scroll this? Why can't I scroll this? Okay, I gotta move it like this. We got what's his name? We got Trevor over here, and we got Michael, and we got Franklin. So those are the outfits that are still available. Plus, I think there's something else too. It's not here, but there is another unlock that you gotta do. You don't only have to log in. It's the hat, but it's not. That'll probably show up in a little bit. Free GTA 5 inspired collectibles and more. Oh, I think here it is. That's the retired. That's the stuff that we already talked about. 3 times money RP on car meet reputation on all LS car meets. So races. So all the races they got 3 times rep, and then 2 times money RP on the overtime rumble. These are the vehicles that are available at Simeon's. The Sterling GT, the Comet, the Coqueta, the Hustler, and the Click. And then at the premium deluxe, we got the Spicer Comet. Actually, no, that's it. Luxury autos is what it's called. That's the Progen Tyrus and the Annis RE78. And also, taxi work is 3 times one RP. Taxi work is not worth it if you're making money. I mean, there is some. I think there is some career stuff attached to taxi work, so maybe that might be worth it. You might as well get the extra money. And then we got the what is this? This is the test track. Okay, in the LS Carmen, you'll get to try the Ruston, the Rapid Contender, the Digester, and Hal's car is what is this one? The Grotti Turismo Classic. And then your discounts, you get 40% off the Benny's vehicle conversions. You get 50% off the racing suits, 40% off the auto shop properties and the upgrades. LS Carmi merch is 50% off. The Tyrus is 30%. The Jink Adjuster is 50%. The Vapid Click is 40%. Benefactor is 40%. The Broadway is 30%. The BF Weevil is 40%. And the Broyalso 300 compact car is 40% off. What do we got at the gun band? At the gun band, we got a pipe wrench, we got a stun gun, the unholy halberdier, the barrel shotgun, the heavy sniper, the pump shotgun, the 96 grenade, pipe bomb, tear gas, and armor. Probably the one that's new there back in stock is the stun gun. If you haven't gotten it before, you get it now. And it looks like that's it for this update. Not a bad update. I mean, auto shop contracts are always good. Those are easy to set up. Sometimes it won't even take you more than half an hour, even sometimes even less than that. And to do the contract is another 15 minutes probably. So it's a good event week. Not great. Like I said, we used to get 3 times money in RP on the auto shop contract, so that it went down to 2 is less than what we're used to. But it's still a good event week. And with the delivery of the auto shop client jobs and then the cars that we find around the map, it makes it worthwhile, and it's a nice car car event week for a game that's based on stealing cars. So it's worth it, and it's really on the nose what the game is supposed to be. So I gave this grade a B minus. I think it's a good event week, not great though compared to the other ones we recently had. It's still good that we still get going back to back to back good weeks. So that's our week for this week. And then I wanted to talk to get into some game news. It's not a lot of gaming news, but I just want to go through some of it. Anybody know who this guy is? John Riccatello. If anybody doesn't know who he is, he used to be the CEO of EA. And this man famously once wanted to sell you in Battlefield games. He wanted to make microtransactions out of reloading your gun in the Battlefield series. So anytime you ran out of bullets in Battlefield, he wanted to charge you money to reload your gun. If that sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. Why would you pay for such a simple option in a video game as to reload your gun? But this man wanted to do it, and now he's no longer the CEO of EA, but now he's the CEO of Unity. And what is Unity? Unity is a new a company that produces a gaming engine called the Unity engine that will now be charging people. And now we go to this one. Will now be charging gaming companies based on the installs. So anytime you install one of their games, they're gonna want to cut of the install on top of their billing for the engine use and all that stuff. They want a cut of the installs. So what do you mean by install? So anytime you go to Steam, you buy a video game that's based on the Unity engine, they want to cut once you reach a certain threshold of games sold. So let's say a gaming company made a game off the Unity of the Unity engine, and they sell it on Steam. If they get to 200,000 sales, that's an install threshold. Then they're going to charge a price for it, depending on what kind of a Unity engine they have. And that threshold, it will be after, let me see, per installs per month. So 1 to 100,000, they'll want 20 cents per install, and it varies from there. And it'll change if you get Unity Pro or Unity Enterprise, which is like different variations of the Unity engine. That basically means you're paying more for whatever perks the Unity Pro or the Unity Enterprise. But the main one is that most people have is the Unity Plus or the regular one, which is 20 cents that they're going to ask for install. Now, why is this a problem? It's because they're adding a fee that's coming up after you reach a certain threshold of sales, and it's retroactive. What does retroactive mean? It means this is even games before that were made years ago are still going to be charged this fee. Like, for example, if you released a game in 2013, let's say GTA ran on the Unity engine, and they released it in 2013, all the installs that they have now are going to count once this goes into effect, which is on January 1st, 2024. So let's say, how many games? Like 160 million. Okay, let's say there are 160 million installs in GTA 5, and it was based on the Unity engine. They would want 20 cents per install. 160 million installs times 20 cents, it adds up to a pretty penny that Rockstar would have to pay if they use the Unity engine. Of course, the main problem with this is that it's not big companies that are using the Unity engine. It's going to be like your indie companies, the ones that barely reach this threshold or go a little above this threshold, but aren't exactly big time making a lot of money. Now, let's go into Steam and let's see what games are made with the Unity engine. Now, you're gonna recognize some of these names. Now, these are the top sellers on Steam that use the Unity engine. We got Rust, we got City Skyline, we got Phasmophobia, Outer Wilds, Rimworld, Disco Elysium, Power Wash Simulator, Gloomhaven, Blunts TD6, Risk of Rain 2, GTFO, Raft, Humankind, Ultra Kill, Valheim, Tabletop Simulator, Sandwich Die, Hollow Knight, Beat Saber, what is this? Car Simulator, I think it's Car Simulator, House Flipper, Endless Space, Tabs, Among Us, Subnautica, Supernatural, Cuphead, 2 Point Hospital, and it keeps going on and on and on. So you see what all these games have in common. These are indie developers. These are small companies making these games that reached a certain success point, and now we're gonna have to retroactively pay Unity back money for all the installs. And the other sketchy thing about this is, how do you know which ones are legit installs and which ones might come from a pirated copy? Because piracy in PC is very, very flagrant. It happens a lot. So how is Unity going to be able to distinctly tell which one's a sale and which one is from a pirated game? They basically told you, trust me, we know, we'll find out. People are not going to pay off of a trust of just trust me, I know what I'm doing. I know how to find out. No, they're going to want hard data to find out what they're paying for if they're going to be paying this fee. And a lot of people don't even want to pay this fee because it's ridiculous, especially since it has to go retroactive. I could see, like, by the time January 1st comes around, some of these games might get pulled off of Steam because they don't want to pay the bill anymore. And that is unfortunate because that goes against game preservation if they start pulling games, delisting games off of Steam. just because they don't want to pay a bill. Like a lot of these companies, I bet they've already made their money. They don't want to. They don't want to pay a more than they have to, and just because to keep their games on the store. Maybe they sell more copies, maybe they don't, and then have to count all the installs. The other thing that they didn't make clear, they kind of cleared it up, but I don't still trust it. That they would count every install. And who's to say that somebody doesn't get pissed off at a company? Like, let's say for example, I get pissed off at Rust, and because they haven't updated their game and they don't want to update it anymore. Let's say I have Rust. Let's say I own it. What if I uninstall and reinstall, uninstall and reinstall? Are they really gonna charge that company over and over and over because I've been uninstalling and reinstalling again? There might be people there are people, crazy people out there who will do that, who will uninstall and reinstall a game just to upset the gaming company and just so that they could get them to pony up and just to screw with them. There are people like that. So they kind of said no, it's gonna call only the initial install. But then how are they gonna know which ones are initial, which ones are legit? It's up in the air. So this is ridiculous, and John Riccitiello really needs to walk this all the way back, or else Unity as a company is gonna be in trouble because a lot of companies are already saying we're not building off the Unity engine anymore if this is gonna stick around. We're not gonna. This is gonna eat into our already thin profits. So we're not gonna use Unity. We'll just move over to Unreal Engine or another engine. So that's unfortunate. He's just gonna screw with Unity, and John Riccitiello is just even. You think Strauss Zelnick is bad? John Riccitiello is horrible. Strauss Zelnick wish he had John Riccitiello's balls at this moment. So hopefully gets backtracked, but who knows? I highly doubt it. Knowing John Riccitiello's history of wanting to really, really squeeze as much money out of as much as he can from the gaming industry. All right, let's jump into another story, and this is another thing that happened recently. Is Xbox had a massive leak over the weekend. They had something where they had to turn in paperwork to the FTC, and somebody at Microsoft sent the paperwork to the FTC website. Unfortunately, they sent the wrong kind of information, or they sent the information that wasn't redacted properly, and they sent a bunch of info that sent the plans, future plans for Microsoft, what they're planning to do in the next maybe decade. So, including a mid-generation refresh, which they originally said they weren't going to do, but they've been planning it since 2020. So let's read what this is all about. So, Xbox mid-generation refresh console plan for 2024 release, according to court documentation. And it seems like Microsoft is preparing a mid-generation refresh on the Xbox Series X and S consoles for the release during August and October of 2024. According to leaked documents on the FTC, the upgraded Xbox Series X console is codenamed Brooklyn and is digital only, similar to the current Xbox Series S. So no disk drive on the next refresh on the next system, which this is right here. This is the Project Brooklyn, and as you can tell, a lot of people have made fun of it. It looks like a trash can. I could agree with that, but more because of the grill on top and everything. It looks like an Alexa device. It looks like an Amazon device where you talk to Alexa. So it's kind of weird that it looks like a big speaker. I can see the trash can comparison, but it looks more like a big ass speaker that's on there. But aside from the weird design, let's see what this actually comes with. So, giving our fans more to love. Beautiful and innovative new design. Okay, sure. More internal storage. So now we're getting 2 terabytes of storage. A USB-C front port with power delivery. All new, more immersive controller, which we'll get to in a minute. And it'll still cost $499. So the pricing going down. We're not getting a disc drive. We're getting a little more storage, twice the storage of the original Xbox Series X, but we're going to get charged the same price. All new sound bridge to modernize I/O and sustainability efforts. Wi-Fi 6E, which is an improvement. BT 5.2 radio for improved accessory experience. 6mm die shrink for improvement. I'm not sure what that is. Reduction of power, so 50% less power reduction. So that means you're going to save money on your bill, on your electric bill. New low-powered standby mode for 20% of the current SNX standby mode. Okay, that's good. Increased use of the PCR for housing to 30%, and 100% recyclable packaging. Okay, and let's see what the rest of this is. Okay, that's still the same one. And then we got this is the Elwood. This is the refresh of the Xbox Series S, which looks exactly the same, but it's gonna have the same 1 terabyte as the new Xbox Black that came out recently. And the new immersive controller, which we'll look at in a minute. It's still going to cost $299, which is not so bad because it does have it has more memory. On the sound bridge, same thing as the other ones with the Wi-Fi 6 and the latency, and same power consumption. So okay, so this is a new controller, And if you see it, I don't really like the color. The two-tone color doesn't look right to me. I would have wished it was either all white or all black. But okay, maybe they'll release different controllers with where the two-tone control looks better. But I don't like the black and white. It just looks weird. But let's see what the enhancement it has. So play anywhere, Xbox Wireless 2, direct to cloud. Now that's interesting because I am liking the cloud service that the Xbox uses. So if you could directly play the cloud, let's say I'm on my TV and I could connect directly from the cloud with this controller only, that'd be pretty cool and be able to play my games through it. Bluetooth 5.2, streamless pair and switch, new mobile app features, see paired devices on the cloud, and match devices and accessories. That goes back to cloud, and if we could able to do it directly from the controller. Immersion, precision haptic feedback, so similar to the PS5, it's gonna have similar haptic feedbacks. VCA haptics double as speakers, accelerometer, and quieter buttons and thumbsticks. Sustainability, it'll be rechargeable and swappable battery. Thank God, it's gonna actually come with a battery instead of having you put two AA's on there. Recycled materials with less resin and repair and disassembly. So this will be similar to the Edge that you'll be able to like swap out the parts and stuff. Hopefully that's what that means. Durable and reliable. New modular thumbsticks, improved longevity and continued build improvements. Here's one. Engaging in light. Lift to wake. So if you lift this up, will this wake up your Xbox? That's interesting. And then familiar Xbox feel, same ergonomics, same layout, and different options are available. What's the last thing here? This is just a breakdown of the mid-gen devices. So pretty much what I just read earlier. So it's pretty interesting that this is where they're going. Let's see if there's anything else in here too. So the leaked Devil is scheduled to launch at the end of August 2024, while the Brooklyn will launch at the end of October 2044. So, and then same price as the current Xbox and Series X and the Series S. Let's see. Microsoft also seems to have a new Xbox controller in the works. The Sebo, that's what it's called now. I don't think that those are just code names. They're not going to keep those names. They're going to change them. And it looks like that's going to cost $70. So the refresh for 2024, it's interesting. I don't know if I'm going to pick this up. I don't think I have a need for another console. Like when the PS4 Pro came out, I never found a need for the PS4 Pro. So I don't know for this version of Xbox. I don't know if I'm going to need a Brooklyn or whatever it ends up being called. It looks nice. It looks like it'll fit snugly into my my theater system. Like the Xbox, the box could barely fit in there. The fridge barely fits in there, but it fits in there. This looks a little like shorter than the maybe. Hopefully, we'll see. But I don't know if I have any need for this. The controller looks nice though. I would buy the controller separately, just not in that color scheme. Hopefully they change the colors in that because that looks kind of ugly to me. So what other leaks came out of the Microsoft FTC thing? So we also found out that Microsoft, specifically Phil Spencer, really wants to buy Nintendo. Apparently they really want to get into Nintendo and they want to be bed buddies with Nintendo and do stuff with Nintendo. The problem with that is Nintendo makes money hand over fist. They don't need any more money. They're not going to sell themselves out because they already make hand over fist. The Switch is the only console that makes money just by selling itself out. PlayStation 5 sells at a loss. The Xbox Series X sells at a loss. The S sells at a loss. But Nintendo Switch sells for a profit. And Nintendo's been making hand over fist because they've sold 100 million units of the Nintendo Switch. So all that is profit. That's on top of all the game sales they do first party. Like all the main Nintendo games that sell, they're first party. Your Marios, your Zeldas, your what else? Metroid Primes. All the games that they release from first party, they make tons of money. You know how many copies of Mario Kart out there? They're like 30 million copies of Mario Kart. So they make hand over fist money. They make twice as much money as Xbox does. So why would why would Nintendo sell to Xbox? It doesn't make sense. But they're trying. And it says here right now, and this is an email that Phil Spencer sent out. I totally agree that Nintendo is the prime asset for us in the gaming, and today gaming is our most likely path to customer relevance. I've had numerous conversations with the LT of Nintendo about tighter collaboration, and I feel like if any US company would have a choice with Nintendo, we are probably the best position. Now, if they do a collaboration, like if they team up, that I could see that happening. But I do not see Xbox or Microsoft owning Nintendo because Nintendo is just making too much money and they're too self-sustained to want to lose their independence. Plus, as a Japanese company, I don't think they're going to sell to an American company. No way. So they've also were looking at other companies. They were looking at Warner Brothers, and of course they looked at ZeniMax, which they eventually did buy. These documents are from a couple years ago. So they did buy ZeniMax. That's Bethesda. For people who don't know, that ZeniMax owns Bethesda software. That's where Starfield came out. This is right here. And that's Elder Scrolls, Fallout, all those games. So they own that already. So they did buy ZeniMax. They had their eyes on Warner Brothers, which says right here, and they also really, really want Nintendo. But like I said, Nintendo's not gonna sell because they're making way too much money. But it'd be interesting. A collaboration, I could see that happening down the line. I could see like the Game Pass being on a Nintendo Switch console. Like you could see, like it'll probably be cloud based, or if it's on the next gen Nintendo Switch system, which is rumored to come out too. There's been a lot of rumors about the next Nintendo Switch being like PS4 levels of power. I could see them doing that too. I could see a lot of a lot of Game Pass being on the Xbox. If they ever do a collaboration, I could see Game Pass being added to Nintendo and being able to play some of those Game Pass games on the Nintendo Switch, like the next iteration. So we'll see. But yeah, they really, really wanted to buy a lot of companies, including Nintendo. But Nintendo's not for sale. I doubt it. The other leak we found out about is that they're planning to release a bunch of remasters. And more excitedly, they're planning to release Oblivion and Fallout 3 as remasters. Now let's read this article real quick. Our documents apparently accidentally published as part of the Federal Trade Communication versus Microsoft trial over the buyout of Activision Blizzard included a chart put together in July 2020 ahead of Microsoft March 2021 purchase of Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax. As such, the release timings are obviously out of date. Yeah, I mean, these dates are really out of date because this was from 2020. But these are the plans that they had at that time. So for 2022, let me see. 2022, they had an Oblivion remaster, which didn't happen yet. Doesn't mean it's still not working on. They're probably still working on an Oblivion remaster. And Indiana Jones game, but again, probably got delayed. They have a new Doom game, Doom Zero Year and DLC. They have two projects that are unnamed. They have for 2044 they were planning Elder Scrolls 6. Obviously, that's not coming out next year. That's probably like a good 3 years down the line. 2025, 2026, 2027, I would say. Whatever this project is, yeah, another licensed IP. Fallout 3 remaster would have come out next year. Maybe, hopefully, that still happens. So we'll see. A Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, which considering that game didn't do as well as I guess they hoped, it probably was not going to happen. I can see that getting canceled. And Dishonored 3, that would have been cool if it came out next year. That's probably another year down the line, 2025 maybe. And Doom Year Zero DLC. Now a Doom game would be cool as well, but that's not coming out. Probably not this year, probably not next year. I'd say 2025. But those are the plans that they had. So good chances that they're still working on a bunch of these games. And these games, like for example, especially Oblivion and Fallout 3 Remaster, it's a good chance we might see them in 2024. Because those remasters, if they're doing a really good job of it, it's just graphical upgrades, 60 frames per second. Maybe they add some new content here or there. But basically, those would be, especially Fallout 3. I really loved Fallout 3 back in the day. I wouldn't mind playing it again. I was thinking of playing it again on the Xbox. But now that I hear that this is a possibility, I'm just going to wait till the remaster comes out. And I'm going to play it then. And then Oblivion, I'll be honest with you, I never got into the Elder Scrolls games. But I wouldn't mind trying Oblivion. I wouldn't mind trying Skyrim. So maybe it's something I'll do down the line. But yeah, those are the plans, and unfortunately, this is a sucky way for your information to leak out. It was an accident. It was all Microsoft's fault. They accidentally sent these to the FCC website. They didn't mean to. It's just, I guess, maybe they had an intern do it or something like that. But it is what it is. It happened already. But these plans will change. This is not set in stone. Obviously not because it's out of date. But stuff like this is being planned. And for sure, I'm pretty sure that the Fallout 3 and the Oblivion remasters are going to happen. Because they're probably well in development, and they'll probably will come out in 2024, hopefully. So, last topic I wanted to cover, we have Payday 3 that just came out. I think yesterday was the official release date for Payday 3. And it's not getting the best reviews that it's not getting the reviews I thought. I thought it'd be an 80 for me on Metacritic. Right now it's at 69, which I find kind of odd that it's so low. Given that the last Payday 2, when it came out, it was generally favorable at 79. So I'm kind of surprised to see it at 69. But then again, there's only 12 reviews so far. So let's read some of these, like these quick reviews. As any larcenist knows, all the best robberies begin discreetly before snowballing into a well-frenzied soundtrack to an upbeat electronic music. Payday 3 does this with brimming style before running away with the money. So yeah, basically that's what happens. You try to do it stealth, something messes up, and you gotta it's a shootout at the end of the day. Most heists end up that way, but that's what makes it fun. Screen Rant says Payday 3 is another fantastic entry in the series of well received games. It may fall short on its storytelling and player onboarding, but it excels in providing interesting plot, satisfying gameplay, well designed levels, smart and AI, a refined gameplay system. While it's easy to recommend this for players who have access with a team to play. So yeah, it's basically you'll have more fun with it with multiplayer. Like any multiplayer game, you'll have more fun with more people. But it does have some interest for the single player. But mostly, it's better if you play with a team of people. You'll have more fun. IGN said Payday 3 is a solid step forward for my favorite heist simulator franchise, even though that step is a lot smaller than I'd hoped due to lack of content and the unsurprising but still majority annoying bugs and performance issues. That's unfortunate that it has performance issues and bug issues. But it's modern gaming this day. Every game comes out with some sort of issue, some kind of bug, something that they'll fix down the line. The gamer said, right now Payday 3 is a foundation. The heisting itself is better than it's been, with quality of life changes, more confident level designs, improved stealth mechanics that make it stand above Payday 2. The best part about Payday 2 was the level design. It was well crafted, well designed, and it made the heist even more fun. It was just a great game. I do enjoy playing that game, but like I said, I enjoyed it more when I played with people, and that's the kind of game that it is. And like I said, maybe with more reviews, the score will bump up a little more. I can see it being around 80, 79. If it's 75, I'd say that's a fair score. I mean, it's not the greatest game. It's not the best game in the world, but it is a fun game, especially with people. Like it's gonna have its bugs, it's gonna have its glitches. It's just something we're gonna have to accept with modern gaming that it is now and it's gonna be in the future. They'll release half baked. When GTA 6 releases, watch that's not gonna be a perfect game no matter what they tell you. It's probably gonna be bugged to hell. But you know what? It is what it is. What are we gonna do? I really wish we wouldn't have to pay full price. But then again, this game was $40. Like the standard version is $40. So we can't expect that much when it's not a AAA budget game. Like as long as it plays well, as long as it performs at the level for a $40 game, I'll be okay with it. And I'm willing to try it. I'm gonna try it on Game Pass because I already have Game Pass. It's gonna be there day one, so I can try it there. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. You have a good one. Hopefully, you have a great week. I'll be back next week for some more news on some more MK1. Hopefully, if I'm not busy this weekend, I'll be able to stream it for you guys. I'll try to finish up the story, or at least get as much of the story done as I can. I'll see you guys next one. Thank you.